Fox Sports.
We are the Fox. We are Round Deep.
It's time for Dodger Baseball. Live from Dodger Stadium, Prime Ticket presents the Dodgers as they take on the St. Louis Cardinals. Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant Friday evening to you, wherever you may be. Dodgers and the world champion Cardinals meeting for the first time this year. They had a strange series last year. St. Louis won 3 out of 4 here. The Dodgers went to St. Louis and won all 3, so they wound up winning the series from the Cardinals 4-3. Tonight, the Dodgers lead with Ted Lilly with a record of 5-0. Going back to last year, he's now won 8 in a row, and trying to be the first pitcher since Kaz Ishii to start off the Dodgers season going 6-0. Against him, a tough pitcher, Lance Lynn, with a record of 6-1. We'll get to the ball game. We'll have it all coming up after this. The new Chipotle Chicken Club Combo for $4.99 plus tax. By San Manuel Indian Bingo and Casino. Play Lucky 7 Bingo. You could win $100,000. By Time Warner Cable. And by Columbia Pictures movie That's My Boy, starring Adam Sandler and Andy Samberg, in theaters June 15th.
Hey, welcome back to Dodger Stadium. The start of 3 with the Redbirds and the Dodgers with Kenny Lofton and Steve Lyons, Patrick O'Neill. I've told you guys this before. When I'm going to a game, I want to know who's pitching and what the records are. Well, we have 2 first-place teams and 2 really good pitchers.
Yeah, both with great records. And I really think today is going to be the toughest test for Ted Lilly, because when you face the teams that he's faced so far, he hasn't really faced any tough offenses. San Diego, Houston, Colorado, San Francisco. He got the one no decision of the year against the Atlanta Braves. They can hit. This team can hit a 284 team batting average from St. Louis, so it'll be a good test for him.
But then you got Lance Lynn coming in the game today. He's pitching 6-1 right now with a 1.81 ERA. But last year he was a reliever. At the end of the year he had 2 starts, and I think this is what was helping him for this year, knowing that Carpenter is out. So someone has to step up as a starter, and he's doing that right now. He's pitching great.
Lynn's first appearance against the Dodgers. Lilly going for 9 straight. Look at Bailey, the LA Kings. Bailey throwing a strike. Kings going for the sweep and a trip to the finals. Dodger baseball next.
Elantra is the 2012 North American Car of the Year. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. By CarMax, start the search for your next car at CarMax. Start here. And by Dodge. Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant Friday evening to you, wherever you may be. Welcome to Dodger Stadium as the Dodgers and the world champion St. Louis Cardinals go head-to-head in a 3-game series. And for the Dodgers, perhaps the toughest competition they will have seen since the Atlanta Braves. For the Cardinals, who have won 22 games with Mike Matheny at the reins, they are 8-2 against left-hand starters, and they're going to look at Ted Lilly tonight and Clayton Kershaw tomorrow. They are also undefeated on the road against left-hand starters. They are 6-0. The Birds lineup, it goes this way. Rafael Furcal leading off at short, Matt Carpenter at first base, Matt Holliday in left field. Carlos Beltran will be hitting fourth in right field, David Freese at third base. Yadier Molina will be behind the plate. Tyler Green at second base. Shane Robinson in center field batting eighth. Lance Lynn with a record of 6-1 on the mound. On the mound for the Dodgers, Ted Lilly. 5 wins, no losses. He has an 8-game winning streak going back to last year. He's won 5 of his last 6 decisions against the Cardinals, and in his career, he is 7-3 against St. Louis. The Cardinals, in looking at the numbers at least, would appear to be a more successful team on the road than they are at home. They're 9-8 at home, 13-8 on the road. So Lilly would appear to have his work cut out for him as he goes up against a tough Cardinal ball club. Another thing about the Cardinals, as Rafael Furcal will lead off, they have hit 29 home runs on the road, and they've only allowed 13. So a favorite of all of us, Rafael Furcal, will come up and start it off. And Furcal having a great year right now as he checks in to lead off the game. Among other things, he just had a 12-game hitting streak snap. He's hitting .367. He went 3 for 3 with a walk to extend the streak on Sunday, and it snapped on Monday. He had another little streak. He led off 6 straight games with a base hit. The last Cardinal to do that, Lou Brock. In other words, Rafael Furcal riding high as he checks in. Switch hitter, batting right-handed, and Lilly's first pitch in for a strike, and the count 0-1. Rafael Furcal, 6 wonderful years with the Dodgers. He won the respect and admiration of everybody around these parts. He has 2 home runs, 17 runs batted in, and Rafael takes a change in for a strike, and he's in a hole 0-2. Furcal, oh, you could go on for quite a while. You can begin by saying he was Rookie of the Year way back in 2000 with the Atlanta Braves. Now the strike 2 pitch on the way, and Lilly delivers. Breaking ball, pull foul outside of third down the line, and the count stays 0-2. What else? Well, 3 years after being Rookie of the Year, he turned in an unassisted triple play. That would be in 2003, and against the St. Louis Cardinals. The second out of the triple play, he tagged Mike Matheny, who is now his manager. Rafael in and out of the box. Very tough to strike out, considering all of his plate appearances, but the strike 2 pitch is swung on and foul back. He still has spring in his legs. He'll be 34 in August, and he is number 1 in going from first to third on base hits. How about that at 34? And I mean number 1 in the league. So Rafael Furcal, 5'9", somewhere around 185, 190. Lilly from the third base side of the rubber picks up the sign from Ellis, and the veteran left-hander delivers, and a hopper to the left of short. D. Gordon is on it to throw him out. Little irony there, isn't it? The fact that the very first at bat when Furcal comes back, he hits to the man who replaced him. So 1 away in the first inning, and Matt Carpenter will be coming up. They tried to play Carpenter in the outfield, but he was pretty shaky out there. They have him at first base. Lance Berkman sits down against left-handers. Matt's a Texan out of Texas Christian University, left-hand hitter, and the first pitch is a fastball low, ball 1. Berkman sitting quietly, another Texan, just taking a look at Matt Carpenter. When Carpenter was at TCU playing ball, he had Tommy John surgery. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Matt's good size, 6'3", 200, out of Sugar Land, Texas. When he signed with the Cardinals, he had to be eager to play. For about $1,000, he put his name on the contract. He takes inside on a check swing. No swing, says Chad Fairchild, and the count 2-1. Carpenter's been very effective coming off the bench. He has 4 RBIs as a pinch hitter. So the left-hand hitter waits, and the 2-1 pitch on the way, and that's a fastball inside under the hands, ball 3. For the Cardinals, like the Dodgers, like just about every club, injuries starting to pile up for Mike Matheny. But the good managers just go about their business, can't think of what might have been. 3-1 pitch, Carpenter lips one down the left field line. Gordon going out right in front of the left fielder Abreu to make the catch. D. Gordon is either going to get hurt or he's going to collide with an outfielder. They're trying to tell him to stay where he belongs, and Abreu is calling, and Gordon just takes it away from him, but a very risky and needless play, really. So 2 down, and the batter now, Matt Holliday. Matt, an outstanding player, as you know. I can't have anything to talk more about Holliday than what happened last year. He hits one foul down the right field line out of play. He had an appendectomy April the 1st last year. He scored the winning run in a game April the 10th. 10, amazing. Matt hitting .263, 8 home runs, 27 runs batted in. Lilly into his windup. Ted comes back, and it's fouled over the screen, and the count 0-2. Matt Holliday has always hit well against the Dodgers throughout his career. In fact, you have David Wright, Carlos Gonzalez, Brandon Phillips, and then Matt Holliday, who's hitting a very solid .350 down through the years, and I mean since 2004 against the Dodgers. Strike 2 pitch, curveball, swung on and missed, and down he goes. So Lilly takes care of Holliday. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the left-hander, and at the end of half an inning, Cardinals nothing, Dodgers coming up. A reason to smile. In first place, still 6 in front of the Giants. And we'll take a look at his lineup. D. Gordon opens up at short with Mark Ellis at second, Bobby Abreu in left, and Andre Ethier in right. Adam Kennedy at third. Then you have James Loney. A lot of left-hand hitters in the Dodger lineup. A.J. Ellis, the catcher, Tony Gwynn in center, and Ted Lilly in left field. Lance Lynn, couple of notes on him. He has the second highest run support in the league. The Cardinals getting him a little more than 7 runs a start. He works a lot. He averages a little over 4 pitches per at bat, but at the same time, he's had 9 3-pitch strikeouts. His earned run average on the road is 1.01, and it doesn't make any difference if you stack the lineup with left-handers. They're hitting 155 against him. So Lance Lynn delivers, in the first pitch a strike to D. Gordon. Gordon hitting .207 with a home run, 9 runs batted in. David Freese plays him right on the edge of the grass at third. Matt Carpenter shortens up at first. Gordon a full swing, ground ball to Carpenter, and he's right at the bag for the out. So 1 away in the first inning. Lance Lynn is 6'5" and a very big man, somewhere around 260 pounds. He was a first-round pick by the Cardinals out of the University of Mississippi. He was originally drafted by the Mariners, but he didn't sign. And then when he did sign with the Cardinals, it was close to $1 million. So the big guy ready and deals, and the first pitch low to Mark Ellis. Ellis hitting .273, 2 home runs, 9 runs batted in. Lynn doesn't fool around. He comes right back with a fastball, but it's off the plate, and he's behind 2-0. We told you left-handers are hitting .155 against him. Right-handers are hitting .185. The 2-0 pitch on the way, and that's low and inside, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Amazing as Bobby Abreu waits on deck. When you look at Lynn's numbers, 3-0 pitch, and that's a strike. Give you an idea, his earned run average is 1.8, and the opposition batting average is 1.7. Out of Brownsburg, Indiana, and the fastball foul back. So Mark Ellis now runs the count all the way, 3-2. Yadier Molina, the remarkable catcher, 4 straight Gold Gloves, certainly the finest defensive catcher in the major leagues. 3-2 the count to Mark Ellis. Lynn ready, back he comes, and it's popped up into shallow center. Going out is Tyler Green, coming in is Shane Robinson, and it's Robinson for the catch. So 2 down in the first inning, and the batter Bobby Abreu. By the way, even though the Cardinals are in the Central Division, the Dodgers are going to see a lot of them. Dodgers will play the Cardinals, Mike Matheny, 11 times. You have a 3-game series now in September, and those could be really crushing games. They have 4 with St. Louis here, and they'll have to go to St. Louis as well. So it all adds up to 11. 2 down, Bobby Abreu has a look at the first pitch, low, ball 1. Abreu, big game last night in San Diego with a triple and a double. Scored twice and knocked in 1. Bobby hitting .314. Does bunt, and it's foul. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Yadier Molina having that ball just bounce right up into his mitt. So Abreu, I think, and Yadier Molina having a running conversation. 1 ball and 1 strike. Molina's from Puerto Rico. Bobby's from Venezuela. The 1-1 pitch on the outside corner for a strike, and the count 1-2. Lance Lynn, minor league pitcher of the year for the Cardinals back in 2009. The 1-2 pitch to Abreu, swung on, high fly ball to left field, but waiting for it is Holiday. Matt makes the catch, and that's it. A 1-2-3 inning for Lance Lynn. So an inning is in the books. Cardinals nothing, Dodgers nothing. followed by David Freese, and then Yadier Molina. Beltran hitting cleanup, multi-talented player, hitting .293 with 13 home runs, 32 runs batted in, switch hitter, batting right-handed, and takes ball 1-0. Interesting statistically, Carlos Beltran is batting in the wrong spot in the Cardinal lineup, and we're not trying to second-guess Mike Matheny at all. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and whacked down the left field line, foul, out of play. When you looked over Beltran's career, he has been an unbelievable number 2 hitter. In fact, his on-base percentage when he did hit in the second slot was rather breathtaking. And since 1974, you just can't get him out when he's batting in the second spot. He hits cleanup and takes a breaking ball up, ball 2-1. Certainly no secret, he had one of the greatest postseasons ever, batting second for the Astros about 8 years ago. 2-1 pitch is taken low. During that postseason, hitting second in the lineup for the Astros, he had 8 home runs in 12 games. But he is such a solid player, despite the fact he has a sore knee. He's hitting cleanup. 3-1 pitch is pulled foul outside of third down the line. Earlier this year, Mike Matheny put him in that number 2 spot. And what happened? Carlos Beltran was the National League Player of the Week. Here's the 3-2 pitch on the way, and Beltran sprays it foul upstairs off to the right. We're just starting, second inning, no score. Carlos Beltran broke in back in 1999. Hitting back of him is David Freese. And Carlos was the American League Rookie of the Year back then. He promptly hits a bullet right at third baseman Kennedy, who takes it for the out. So Beltran, every ball he hit foul except for the one to the right was hit hard. And this one a sinker, and it was backhanded by Adam Kennedy for the out. 1 out, second inning, and the most valuable player in the World Series, David Freese, checking in. David out of Corpus Christi, Texas. When he was in college, he was a catcher. He takes the first pitch for a strike. Went to school at the University of South Alabama. Makes his home in St. Louis. Now the strike 1 pitch on the way to David. And he has a look, and that's in there, so he's in a hole 0-2. Freese hitting .280. 8 home runs, 29 runs batted in. One thing about David Freese, he has certainly had his share of injuries. Here's the strike 2 pitch on the way to the right-hand batter, and it's way outside. Just go to last year. In February, he had surgery on both of his ankles the fall before last year, and it took him about a month and a half into spring training before he could get started. The 1-2 pitch is hit to right field, and that's going to be caught by Andre Ethier. And we have 2 down. May to June, you may remember Freese broke a bone in his left hand, and then he underwent surgery on the left hand in May, and you thought, what a tough, miserable year. And he winds up being the MVP in the World Series. So we have 2 down, and Yadier Molina checking in at the plate. The remarkable catcher, 4 Gold Gloves, right-hand batter, holds up on a change high, ball 1. Yadier from Puerto Rico, the younger brother of catchers Ben and Jose. Now the 1-0 pitch on the way. Yadier fouls it back. Yadier Molina last year, among other things, proved he is an Iron Man. He caught all 20 innings in a game against the Mets, and then came right back the next day to catch the full 9. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way to Molina. Ted Lilly delivers low and inside at his right kneecap. Cardinals lost that 20-inning game 2-1, and he went 3 for 9, driving in the only run. The 2-1 pitch to Molina is taken a little high. Ball 3, 3-1. Yadier is a first ball hitter. In fact, starting tonight, he came in here swinging at the first pitch 43% of the time. But he's up there now 3-1. Lilly into the windup, and Ted deals, and it's hit foul down the right field line, slicing back into the crowd. Molina, among other things, tough to strike out. Last year in 139 games, he struck out 44 times. That's all. So Molina on a 3-2 count waiting. Here comes Lilly, and it's a fastball, and it's lifted into shallow center. Angling out is Mark Ellis, and he'll make the catch. Tony Gwynn standing alongside of him. So Molina pops up, 6 in a row retired by Ted Lilly, and at the end of an inning and a half, no score.
To look forward to Miller time later in tonight's game. Brought to you by Miller Lite.
Bottom of the second inning, no score in the ball game. The Dodgers and Cardinals. Lance Lynn getting ready to face Andre Ethier. Ethier has been producing, and certainly a solid key to the Dodgers' success. And it's even more evident with Matt Kemp's sideline. Andre, when you look at the wins and losses, when the Dodgers win, he's actually hitting .481 with runners in scoring position. And in those victories, he has 29 of his 35 RBIs. So Ethier checking in the second inning. Lynn ready and deals, and the first one is low. 1 ball and no strikes. Andre behind Josh Hamilton, who has 45. And 1 ahead of Edwin Encarnacion. The 1-0 pitch is swung on. Fly ball to shallow and deep. Shane Robinson on the track to make the catch. About 6 or 7 feet shy of the center field wall. So we have 1 down in the second inning on the long fly ball. And the batter will be Adam Kennedy. Dodgers, of course, you know, have they're injured like Hairston, Uribe, and Kemp, just to mention a couple. Well, as Matt Kemp looks on, the Cardinals have had their problems. They have Alan Craig down with a hamstring like Matt. They have John Jay down with a bad shoulder. He crashed into a wall. And Kyle McClellan, a hard-working pitcher with a bad elbow. 0-1 the count. But despite all the injuries, you have 2 first-place teams tonight. Kennedy takes off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Adam. Matt Holliday shortens up in left field against Kennedy. The 1-1 pitch is hit in the air, slicing foul down the left field line and back in amongst the fans. Game 1 of the 3-game series. Tomorrow night, Jake Westbrook and Clayton Kershaw. That ought to be a dandy. 1-2 the count. Lynn works from the first base side of the rubber. And the 1-2 pitch is hit into right center field, and that's going to land. They'll have to chase it to the wall. It's picked up by Shane Robinson, and holding with the double is Adam Kennedy. So the fly ball double that landed between Beltran and Robinson. I don't imagine Beltran can move too well. He has a sore knee. But the ball looked like it might have been caught. Robinson, however, couldn't get to it, and Beltran really was out of the play. So Adam Kennedy will take it. A double to the gap in right center, and the batter is James Loney. Dodgers have 4 consecutive left-hand batters: Abreu, Ethier, Kennedy, and Loney. They have Gordon leading off, and at the bottom they have Gwynn and Lilly left-handed. So Lynn out of a stretch. A look back at Kennedy. Loney grounds one foul outside of first down the line, and the count 0-1. Last year, these teams certainly played different on the road. The Cardinals came here and beat the Dodgers 3 out of 4. And the Dodgers went to St. Louis and beat the Cardinals all 3. So it wound up Dodgers winning the season series 4 games